This is a resume review of a full stack dev or a help desk. Just to let you know, I'm reviewing this as a full stack dev. A help desk one and full stack dev are going to have dramatically different keywords, and the resume that will get you a job for one is not going to get you a job for the other. So we're reviewing this specifically as a full stack, not help desk, although I kind of know the keywords for help desks. So this person's ratio is unknown. We don't know how many applications to interviews they've had. And if y'all like this stuff, please stop by my live stream. I do it live. I answer live questions. I help you find the keywords in the first place every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST. The link is below on Twitch. I think it's twitch.tv/headless-headhunter. I should really know that. But anyway, let's do this resume, and please like, comment, and subscribe if you like this stuff, or submit your own. So what we're going to be looking for a full stack specifically is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and extra languages. And I don't see that anywhere here. This looks... Okay, so here's the problem. I don't think a CompTIA A+ cert is going to be needed in a full stack dev. A full stack web dev course, probably. Associates in computer, yes, but this one I don't know if it's needed. Maybe this is needed in a help desk. I think it is. So this is a case where you don't want to put this if you're looking for help desk, while you don't want to put this if you're looking for full stack. Manage a team of 3 employees, collectively training 200 hires and students onboarding. Okay. Nothing here I need. Right. This is kind of my problem. I don't have anything here I need. Nothing here I'd like. I think this is good for social skills, which is fine, but I need this stuff, right? This is the key. The keywords will get you a job. They are the key to getting a job. This one, mentored and coached 10 ML juniors in Scratch, Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. That one's actually okay. This one is solid. This actually shows that you know the fundamentals and you can teach people. Developed individual course plans based on student goals and implemented progress tracking, ensuring your progress experience. Okay, again, don't really care about a lot of this. EMT, good on you. The world needs more EMTs. But I tried to be an EMT once and I failed that course. Was not good at it. So yeah, the problem with this is from both of a help desk and full stack is I don't see what I need, right? Like, at all. I don't care about a training structure. I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't. I don't care that you enhanced employee readiness through data-driven trainings. What I want to see is, data-driven trainings involving TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML. This is the only sentence I have that I really can use. And this is fine because, you're teaching kids that's kind of stuff, which means you need the fundamentals of it yourself. And I notice that you're trying to change industries, but I don't see anything I need, because if you don't have this stuff, right? If you don't have this stuff, you cannot be a full stack dev. If you don't have the stuff they need for help desk, which again, I don't have off the top of my head. I think it's primarily Windows environments, installing, deleting, bug fixing, that kind of stuff. They're not going to put you in. So I need to see the keywords, because this I can't do anything with this. The formatting is fine. I want to be clear. Your formatting is perfect. I like the formatting. No qualms about the formatting, but you need this stuff, right? Now, what you can do, since you did a full stack dev and a computer science, is instead of work experience, you can put projects. So the projects you did at that can go over your work experience. And normally, work experience is better than projects, but in this case, if you don't have any skills in the work experience, you put the projects first. So, just created a web application using TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML in a agile environment at school. That's fine. That's what the projects is. So I would put this more as a projects thing over your work experience, and then maybe shrink this down. I actually really do think this is a good one. A lot of them here are good, but again, I don't care that you manage 3 employees. I don't care that you train 200 hires. I'm not hiring for a manager. I'm hiring for a full stack dev. This is the only stuff I'm really going to pay attention to. So unfortunately, this resume does not pass, although the formatting is fantastic. So you did everything right there, but I need the keywords in projects, or alternatively help desk, but I don't see it for either help desk or this. So let's move to the next resume. This is a resume review of a pharmacovigilance specialist or clinical safety reviewer. I will be perfectly frank, one of the most important parts of any resume is the keywords. And
I found like 2 jobs that had this title, so I don't know if these keywords are correct. Take these keywords with a very big grain of salt. They may not be right. You will probably have to come on the channel for me to find jobs that have the right keywords. Also, if you've noticed, my left arm is busy. That is because my dog Bear wants pets, and when Bear wants pets, he gets pets. So, what we're going to be looking for is an MS, an MA, or an advanced degree. The word pharmacovigilance and Microsoft Outlook, Word, Excel, basic understanding of databases. Again, these keywords may not be correct, so I'm probably going to judge a little bit more on formatting than normal. So this person has applied to 100 to 1, which again is not good. You ideally want about 1 in 50. Really depends on the industry. Ideally, you want more than 1. Like you want less rate. You want a better ratio than 1 in 50. 1 in 50 is the baseline. So let's see what we can do to at least switch. They say they think it's probably because their degree is incorrect, which I cannot give. Well, I cannot give accuracy on that because I do not know this industry as much. So, formatting wise, I do not like it. Remember, I have a very basic and boring formatting here, and the reason for that is it works. You really want a basic and boring formatting. I know when people hear boring, they're like, whoa, why won't I stand out? And the answer to that is you don't. You don't stand out in the interview process. Standing out in the interview process gets you rejected. You stand out in the God, I said it backwards. Standing out in the resume standpoint gets you rejected. Standing out during the resume process gets you rejected. You do want to stand out during the interview. Sorry, y'all. I got sleep last night. I don't even have an excuse. My word recall. But we don't really need this. I don't really need a summary. Summaries in most cases are not needed. If you were switching from pharmacovigilance to, I don't know, Xbox builder, then yeah, you would probably need a summary, but for most people, you don't need a summary. In addition, okay, this is fine. It's a little too fancy, but it gets the point across. Core competencies, this doesn't really matter because again, you, the competencies part doesn't really matter as much. If a keyword is not shown how and why it is used, it is largely irrelevant with the exception of high-level management. Where is your education? All right, epidemiology in Switzerland. So you think it might be your education, and I don't think so. From what I saw, a lot of these jobs, they really just required an advanced degree in life sciences or biology. And I believe epidemiology is the study of like diseases, like health-related events. That should occur and be accurate. So I think part of the reason is your education is all the way at the bottom. Now, you may want to say like health science degree in epidemiology or whatever it's pronounced. That would be beneficial. But your formatting there is really off because a lot of these places did require a degree. And I think you're overestimating how bad you think your own degree is. So this should be one line. Conduct a comprehensive analysis of the biomedicals, KFT reports, okay. These seem okay. I don't know if these are the correct keywords because remember, keywords are how you get a job. They are the key to you getting a job. So formatting wise, you have a couple of errors right off the bat. Remember, I don't need a core competency. I don't need a summary. I need your education up here. This should be where your education is. This education should be in about 2 to 3 lines. I don't think you need much more than that. Then you want some of your certs, which I don't know how impactful these are, but they should be up there. I do know GCP can be, which is good clinical practices, which also can be Google Cloud Platform. So this is why acronyms are important to spell out. So you've got a couple of formatting issues, and I think if you switch to a more basic, boring resume and identified the keywords ideally and the job titles you'd be going for, I think you'd have a much higher success rate. So, again, I really wish you would come on the channel for this so I could help you directly. So, let's go to the next resume.
This is a resume review of a data analyst. They just changed their format. I hope you can point out where I can improve. They've been applying and cold messaging daily on LinkedIn, Indeed, and Monster for 9 months more, but haven't done much interviews, mostly ghosts and online assessments. Okay, so the market's very bad. You have a 1 in 75 ratio. Let's see what we can do to fix that. So, what we're going to be looking for a data analyst specifically is SQL, Excel, Tableau, Power BI, AIML, Jira, Python, R, SME, data visualization, ETL, stakeholders and solving the issues with data. SME stands for subject matter expert. This I don't need the graduated. Yeah, we could have a graduated in June. That's fine. It shouldn't be bolded though. Don't bold it. Also, if you are a U.S. citizen, which you are, this should be in the slight line below it down here, and it should say which state. You're probably not going to get a remote job right out of college. Realistically, now remote jobs you need to have like 3 to 5 years experience, which really sucks. I like remote, but you're probably after college going to have to get an on-site job. And you want to show the state you're in, the city and state. That's all we need. So if you're in New York, New York, just put U.S. citizen in New York, New York. Work history. None of this needs to be bolded. This bolded. This no bold. Let's see if I can find it. Can I define additional ability using Excel and Power BI to manage and forecast operation expenses? And okay, good. Used Excel and SQL to create a variance analyst model. These are already what we're going to do. Performance, reducing budget. Use Power BI to create a factor or new financial statement for leadership and stakeholders. Perfect. So I would like a little bit more on this one. I think these are solid. And in this case, I would say instead of used, you can just say creative financial dashboards for stakeholders using Power BI where they made X and Y. I want a little bit more details, and then you can just say created instead of used on this one. But otherwise, I think this is okay. So we're starting to get better into the bullet points, which I think is why you're getting like 1 to 75, when I think before you were like 1 to 50 or something. So that's much better. We're learning and we're doing it better. I like it. So then let's go to the next one. Use Power BI to automate inventory manager. That's okay. SQL. So what I would like is, and I'm trying to see if I can find this, I don't see any Python. I don't see any R. We have enough Power BI. I want to see Tableau if possible. And so you have SQL. What I would like, right, is I want to see you solve problems. So I want to know what a problem was and how you solved it with data. But overall, I think these are okay. You just need to fix a couple of formatting bits. You need to add a little bit to this. And I think we can go from 1 to 75, maybe to 1 to 50. Remember, I want you, this is the order of applying is the faster you apply to a job, the better your chances. If you apply to a job that is, say, 2 days old and that has 100 plus people, you may not even get seen. ATSs sort people in the order they came in, so make sure to search by recent, not by most likely. But overall, I think this is solid. We're really just missing we're missing Tableau. We're missing, I would say, something from this row. You don't need all 4, but you need at least one of these. You need either AIML or Jira or Python or R. I need at least one. I need to know how you were the subject matter expert. And I want to say, instead of this, I want to say created a data visualization dashboard for stakeholders and leadership using Power BI, right? Where they decided X and Y. That I want you to add a little bit more to that. And then if possible, ETL. But other than that, we then need issues with data. Well, that's the wrong button. How to solve issues with data. So overall, not bad. We're getting there. Fix a little bit of formattings. We need AI, ML, Jira, Python, or R. Just one of those. You don't need all of them. We need to see how you're the SME, and we need to see how you solved issues with data, and then just fix the sentence I have highlighted to add a little bit more. And I think you're going to be get a lot more interviews. We are now approaching the middle of the year, which is the average time. So I want to be very clear to everybody. January, February, and March is when the most jobs of the year are. So now we're settling down into the rest of the year. This is what it's going to be like for the rest of the year. So we want to get you to at least 1 in 50, 1 in 40, which I think we can do if you start adding those. But this is much improved from the last one. Next resume.
This is a data scientist intern resume. So what we're going to be looking for is education, databases, R, Python, SQL, data analysis, cloud, cross-functional, data visualization, big data, and you can work together and explain complex topics. I cannot scroll higher than this because this person completely put their full name and everything on here, and I do not want to dox them. When you send your resume to me, please stop doing that. I don't need your full name, your phone number, your email. Please scrub that information before you send it to me, because these are posted live. So this person has a 1 to 50 ratio, which in my mind means it's okay for an internship. I don't think that's a terrible ratio. I'm expecting the formatting to be bad, but the content to be actually good. And again, formatting is less important than the content, unless your formatting is so awful that I can't read the content. So let's begin. All right, I don't need this. Again, not a huge fan of skill sections. Design, developed, responsive user interface using React HTML for applications, built IPL table, moving RESTful APIs, automated flows with Python. That's what we're looking for. Project, development of PDF, the multi-platform for productivity by user engagement. Okay. This actually isn't really a great resume to me. I'm not really, I mean, look, there are multiple ways to get it. The formatting's way off, and I don't think I'm really seeing the stuff for data science. It's possible this person is actually having a 1-to-50 ratio, but they didn't say anything else, so it's also possible they just picked something. Which, hey, if you get in a 1-to-50 ratio, good on you. But this doesn't really have what I'd be looking for. I have Python, but I have a little bit of AI, which can be a keyword. But I don't, the education is sort of here at the bottom, which again, I can only scroll down. I can't scroll back up. The formatting's off, and let's see, is there anything else that I need? It's also possible they're not getting internships at a 1-to-50 for a data scientist. They're getting 1-to-50 for maybe like an AI intern, which they actually do, or front end or full stack, which they do seem to have like the keywords for. So yeah, I'm not sure where to go with this one because this doesn't really have anything I need specifically for data scientists, but maybe in your area that's what they do, or I don't know. Because I'd be looking for databases. I did see Python. I didn't really see SQL. I need to see cross-functional. I need to see that you've done data visualization in big data, and I need to see that you can work together with people and explain complex topics. So this is a bit of a wash of a resume review because I don't see what I need to move forward specifically for data scientists, but maybe in your area that's what it is, or I don't know. I'd love to hear more information in the comments if this actually is a 1-to-50 ratio. If it is, good on ya. But I prefer your formatting's off. So what I'd like is still the formatting like this. Education inserts up top. Then it's your work history or projects. Again, work history, projects. Same thing for interns. And then I want the summary of your duties, and then a keywords qualification, how you used it, the result of it, etc. So doesn't work for me, but maybe that works for other recruiters. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a design validation and verification engineer. So this is going to vary based on a lot of different stuff, such as like industry, but here are the basic keywords you need. You don't necessarily need all of them, but it would be beneficial to have like 90% of them. So you want to make sure you have your BA or MA. You need ISO. ISO is basically like good manufacturing practices. And what kind of ISO is gonna highly determine what you're gonna move into. So it could be ISO number, or ISO number. Then we want the words, verification, validation, hardware, software, cross-functional, and stakeholders. Not a lot of times you get an IC resume that needs stakeholders, but this apparently a couple of them did. Then I want to see, these are very important, SolidWorks, CAD, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Project, and AutoCAD, along with Python. Python is a little less important. But these right here, with the exception of Python, need to be in your resume. They were in a ton of them. Yes, Microsoft Project and Microsoft Office was in a lot of job descriptions. And if it's in a lot of job descriptions, it needs to be in your resume. Then SDLC, which is Software Development Lifecycle, and I'm going to switch this from instead of healthcare to industry, because this is the part where a lot of the keywords are going to change. Are you going to go into software industry? Are you going to go into healthcare industry? The industry matters. So I don't know the ratio of this person. They didn't say that, and all they said is they are limited to employers that are open to work visa sponsorship. That is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to say whenever you have to get a visa, you need to triple the amount of resumes to get the same ratio. So if this resume would be 1 in 50, it's going to be a 1 in 500. Just that is how tough and how many places it are. I know a lot of people think that like it's easy and visa people are coming in and taking jobs and all that stuff, but when you have a visa, man, your chances tank dramatically. You have to put in 3 times the work for sometimes less pay. So let's see if this resume has that stuff in general. I don't need any of this stuff. I don't need your summary. Your education is solid, but this should probably be 3 lines, maybe 4. I don't think I need more than I don't think I need more than 3 or 4 lines for this. And then this should not be bolded. Stop bolding everything. Everybody bolds everything. Stop it. Stop it. Stop bolding everything. Okay. Tools and technology, don't care because it's not under a bullet point. Work experience or projects. Okay, stop bolding this. Modeling and simulation of SPICE, VZM, ASEC, EDA tools. Don't see anything I need. Again, some of these could be keywords. It's going to depend on what you go to. But these right here are, well, not all of the keywords, the most common keywords. And I should be seeing some of these. Okay, design for test division. Python, I saw PL power function list, integrate firmware troubleshoot EDA. I don't know if EDA is even one communication agile project. Yeah, I saw like nothing here. Projects and yeah, I don't really see anything here. This is nice. I think this is fine. You can have this. Honestly, your formatting isn't terrible. This is a issue of your bullet points not being good. Because remember, if it's not in the job description, I don't care. And some of these may be keywords. I will fully admit that this is not an exhaustive list of every keyword needed, but you should still have like 75% of these, like SolidWorks and CAD, Microsoft Office, Project, AutoCAD. Just the words verification and validation are needed. And this is going to really hurt. Like, you need this stuff. And it's already an uphill battle for you. So this resume does not pass from a bullet point perspective. Really, it's minor formatting issues. It's mainly the bullet points. And I would prefer a resume have better bullet points and bad formatting than the reverse. So, because the entire point of formatting is so that I can easily find your bullet points and the keywords. And if you don't have it, that's not good. So this would not pass. I need you to add these keywords. I need you to look at the jobs you're applying to and then use those keywords. So this is all it is for this video. Please join me when I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday if you need more help. It is from 11 a.m. to about 2 p.m. PST every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you need anything else, ask in the comments below. And I will see you all in the next video.